Social media is ever changing and it is absolutely exhausting to stay on top of everything, right? So when Facebook made a big shift in June of 2017 to focus more on communities and conversations and debates and relationships, a lot of business owners were like, what the heck am I supposed to do? Facebook page, Facebook group? So if you're wondering if you need a Facebook group for your business, the answer is yes. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 things that you need to think about as you're designing your Facebook group for your business. Hey, my name is Cyrissa. I'm the owner of Immerse Photography here in the heart of Ohio and the voice behind Sparkle Society, where I encourage, educate, and empower creative entrepreneurs to make informed decisions for their business. And having a Facebook group is one of the absolute smartest ways that you can increase your know, like, and trust factor and build genuine and authentic relationships with your clients. But how do you design a Facebook group? Who goes in the group? What settings do you have? In this video, we're going to talk about all of those things and more. So number 1, you need to think about who is going to be in your Facebook group. And this decision is going to be defined by how you plan to use your Facebook group. Do you want this to be a place where you nurture your people who've already invested in your business, so it's only past clients? Do you want this to be a place where you're warming up new potential leads who maybe haven't invested in you yet? Or do you want this to be a giant public group that you spend a lot of your time growing and nurturing relationships and then inviting them to take the next step with you, maybe by joining your email list or booking a session with you? You've got to think about how you plan to use this group, and then that's going to determine who comes into the group. For me personally, I really focus on quality over quantity. So while I do have a couple public Facebook groups, a lot of mine are a little bit more on the private side. And I don't mean that they're on the private setting, because side note, if they're on the private setting, nobody's going to be able to search for it. So if you say, hey, come join my group, here's the link, it's going to come up and say like, oh, this doesn't exist. So you want to make sure that your group is a closed group. That's the recommendation that I'm going to make. So for my personal groups, I actually send people a private invitation if they are super engaged on my email list, because if they're on my email list, I know that they're really interested in what I have to offer. So I really focus on quality over quantity. Now, some people do the quantity piece, and that's okay. You need to make the most informed decision that's right for you. Number 2, you need to make sure that your group really adds value to your clients' lives and it's not full of spam. Because think about how many times you've been added to a group and you're like, no, not another group. Like, nobody likes that, right? So we want to make sure that we make joining our group an absolute no-brainer. People want to tell their friends because we're adding such great value to their lives. We're posting tips, we're sharing tutorials, we're making them laugh, we're playing with them, we're building relationships. That is what people truly want out of a Facebook group. So as you're designing one for your business, ask, how are you going to fit into their lives and what value can you add? That brings us to point number 3. Create great content. And this is a huge question that a lot of people have. What exactly do I post in a Facebook group? Okay, basic rule of thumb. 80% value-added posts, meaning things that are going to help them, inform them, make them laugh, make them giggle, help them connect with friends. 80% should be posts like that. And only 20% should be posts directly about selling or booking from your business. A lot of people get this wrong, where they have a Facebook group and it's always about buying and selling and book now, and that's exhausting. And if you're constantly giving that message, people are going to eventually tune you out. So it's important that you develop almost a mission statement for your business and you think about, how is this going to add value to their lives and what kind of content can I create to make it better? Number 4. You want to make sure that your group, as you are designing it for your business, is completely unique and customized. If you go into the Facebook group settings, there are so many different settings now that we have at our disposal. Facebook groups used to be super basic. I actually didn't even use Facebook groups until about 2 years ago. But now we have so many tools. You can change the colors, you can change the group settings, you can add different features or take them away. So cool. Make sure that you're spending the time to really go in and customize your group, especially making a custom URL. That way it feels exclusive, it feels special, it feels different, like they're part of something special. That is going to be what keeps people coming back to your group and telling their friends to come join them. Number 5, and this is probably the most confusing one and the question that I get asked the most. So if I have a Facebook group and I'm nurturing people, how does my Facebook page fit into that? And a lot of people think that if they have a Facebook group, they don't need a page anymore. And that is just not the case. Think about your page as your front yard, okay? You invite people over, you have conversations, you play games, you interact with them, they get to know you, but after you're done talking, you're like, okay, see you later, and they walk on, right? It's very informal, it's very casual. Whereas your Facebook group is more like your front porch. Like, hey, come have a seat, let's have a drink together, let's hang out, let's, get to know you a little bit more. That is what a Facebook group is. It's more intimate, it's more personal, it's more connected. And if you understand the difference between a page and a group and what you can and cannot do and how they react and interact with the Facebook algorithm, you will really clearly see how you can use it for your business. Now I want to hear from you. I want you to think about the Facebook groups that you are in, not the ones that you're the admin for, but the ones that you are in. And I want you to think about your favorite group. Because here's the thing, there's a reason it's your favorite. Maybe it's the type of content that's posted. Maybe it's how exclusive it feels. Maybe you've built some really great relationships. I want you to tell me in the comments below, what is it about that group that feels so special to you and why do you like it the most? Because if we can identify why we react to something and why we appreciate something, we can then better interweave it into our own businesses. Now, if you found this helpful, if you want to learn more about social media marketing for your business, make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to this video so that you don't miss anything else from the Sparkle Society. I will see you in class.